Joe Wos. This is Cartoon Academy. Thanks for tuning in. In this episode, we're taking you down on the farm. Habitat is where an animal lives, and there are lots of different kinds of habitats. An animal could live in the North Pole, or in the jungle, or in a desert. Today we're going to visit a farm to meet two friends, a pig and a duck. Let's draw. We're going to start with the pig's snout. It's an oval shape on its side. We're going to repeat that oval, but this time it's going to be vertical, or up and down. 1 and 2. Now for the eyes. Up, around, and down. Up, round, and down. Our pig is looking off to the side. So we draw the pupils. Now for the mouth. We're going to give our pig some chubby cheeks. So we put a letter C and a letter C backwards. And then we're going to draw a curved line connecting them to one another. Just like this. The mouth is open slightly, so we're going to put a letter U shape. Now for the tongue inside the mouth. A line across, curved, like this. I want to fill in the inside of the mouth. Just color that all in. Just like this. Color it in nice and dark so we see inside the mouth. Just below the mouth is the lower lip. A little dash like this. Now for the head. We're going to start up just above the eye with a line coming down. And then we're going to come out, around, over, up, and there's another line. It should match pretty evenly. And then just some quick little lines across the top for a little bit of hair on top of the head. The eyebrows are a quick dash. Now for the ears. We're going to come out, around, and in. It forms a capital letter G. The other side is the same thing in reverse. Out, around, and in. Everything that's on the left is on the right. This is called symmetry. It's like a mirror image. If we were to put a line right down the middle of the drawing, the left side and the right side would match, but in reverse. Now for the body. We come down, out for an arm, down, in, and up. Again, remember symmetry. We want our left side to look like our right side, so same thing. Down, up, down, in, and up. Now for the hooves. Those are the little hands and feet. 1, 2, and then let's color that in a little bit. We're going to leave a little bit of white space there. Let's color it in just a little. Now for the rest of the body, we have a line curved down and down. And we want to make them submerged in the mud, just playing in a mud puddle. So we have just sort of this quick texture to the mud like this. So we're going to add a little bit of grass here as well, right up front. Just some quick lines. Scribble them in. 2 little lines on the belly. Now for his best friend, the duck, we have an oval, and then a letter C. Add the pupils. This time we're drawing what's called a side profile. He's looking to the side. Come out, down, and up. Add a little dash right there. down, in. Now we're going to follow that line. We're going to come down, around, and up, and connect to the eye. We see a little bit of the tongue on the interior or inside of the mouth. And then again, color that in. 2 little lines on top of the beak. Now for the eyebrows. Let's make it 2 quick lines. For the head, we're going to start right on top of this eye here. Come around. Notice the back and forth texture of the line. Then down into the neck. And line up. Now for the first wing. Come out, point down, out, point in, out, point in, out, point in, scribble, 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 and in. For the body, we're going to come down, around, and up. See a couple little tail feathers sticking up back here. Now for the other hand. Out, thumb, out, point, out, point, out, point, and then scribble our way back in. 2 little lines form the belly. Now for the legs and feet. 1 line down, 2 lines down. 1 line down, 2 lines down. We're going to draw a letter C and then come out, add a letter W on its side, and then back in to match up right where we left off on that top of the letter C. Now the same thing in reverse. We're going to come around, out, letter W, and in. Good, there's a duck. Now to complete the drawing, we're going to add a little bit of the setting. Setting is where or when a story takes place. We're going to add just a couple little things. Behind our pig, we're going to maybe add a fence post. We come up, around, and down. Line across. There's another fence post over here. Around and down. Add a couple lines to go right behind our pig. Just like that. And over and down. Same thing down here. Right behind. You don't even have to draw the whole thing. You just draw part of it. You're just suggesting that there's a fence there. A little bit of texture on the fence post. And some grass in the background right behind the pig. And then we're going to complete this sort of mud puddle here by just sort of coming around and adding a few lines to define the edges. And that's it. That's your pig and a duck on a farm. Be sure to sign your name. Take pride in your work. Poor old Rooster, he has to wake up before any of the animals on the farm, climb up that great big rooftop, crawl out to the edge of the roof, and then crow as loud as he can. It's no wonder he's a little bit frustrated and flustered. Today we're going to talk a little bit about emotion. Emotion is how a character feels. And the way we show emotion is through our facial expressions. Our eyes, eyebrows, and mouth are all ways that we can show how we feel. Happy, sad, angry are all emotion. Today we're going to draw a very frustrated rooster. Let's draw. We're going to start with the eyes. We have a circle just like this. Right next to that is a smaller circle. We're going to draw the pupils right towards the center. That helps them look a little more frightened and frustrated and a little bit flustered. Now for the beak. We come out to a point, in, down, up, point, in, and up. Now he's crowing very loudly, so we're going to make his tongue sticking out. We go out, around, and in, and a little line right down the middle. We're going to show just a bit of the interior or inside of the mouth. Add a line down from the base of the mouth here to the top of the tongue, and then from the base of the tongue to the top of the lower lip, and then shade that in, above and below. There's a little line coming just down the top of the nose there. Next, we have a little line like that. Now the crown on top of the head. We come up, round, in, out, round, in, out, around, and connect. Next, the eyebrows are raised up high. Now for the neck. Notice the texture on the line, back and forth. And then the wings. First, the back wing here. You want to look very, very frazzled and nervous. From the neck, come around and connect to that wing. Now for the tail feathers. Out, down, up, down, up. There's a W, and in. The other wing, right here. Out, up, down, scribbly little lines, just like that. A few feathers flying off. Now for the legs. One line down, two lines down. One line down, two lines down. The feet, letter C, out, down, up. Other toe right next to it, down and in. The other foot, around and in, out, down, up. Out, down, in. We're going to make him up on the rooftop. So we just have a line coming down, and then a line across. Maybe a few shingles on that roof. Could be on top of a chicken coop. Two lines on the stomach, maybe a few more feathers flying off. He has to wake up very early in the morning when the sun first comes up. So we're going to draw the sun. We've been drawing the sun the same way for over 10,000 years. It appears in cave paintings and it appears in our drawings today. It's just a simple circle and a few lines like that. Simple and effective. That's the sun. There is your rooster. Sign your name. Take pride in your work. Next, we're going to draw an entire scene by setting up some composition. Composition is where everything is placed in a drawing. We're going to have a background, a foreground, and middle ground. Today, we're going to draw a cow on a farm. Let's begin. We're going to start with the eyes. We have a circle. Then let's add a letter C backwards. Next, little dots in the eyes. 1 and 2. Now we're going to add heavy eyelids. So we're at a line that comes across and then just curves up to add an eyelash. So line across and up to the eyelash. Now for the nose and snout. Right from the base of this eye, we come down and then around, up, around and down, up, around and down, up, all the way over and connect. Just like that. Now for the mouth. We come in, up slightly, Add a little cheek. Down and in. Let's follow that line. Down, up. Just a little line for the jaw. Now we're going to come up to the top of the head. We're just going to scribble in some hair. Nice and messy. Now for the ear. Come up to a point and then back down. The inside or interior of the ear looks like this. Up and down. We see another ear sort of sticking out here in the background. From that ear we have a line down that forms the neck, and then all the way over and off our page to form the body. We're not worried about it going off the page. That's what we want because that's part of our composition. Composition, again, is where we lay out all the different pieces and components of the drawing. So we're not worried about a cow going off the page because over here we're going to add something else to create a balance. So there's something on the left, something on the right. We're going to add a little collar here, line down, over and up. And attached to that collar there's going to be a bell. We've got a line from the jaw down to the collar. For the bell we have a rectangle, curved line down, over and up. Curved line down, over and up. Over, down at an angle, over and up at an angle to create that bell. There's a little line right there. The inside of the mouth, line for the tongue, and then color in everything else. For the rest of the body, we come down, and then we're going to add a leg. Starting from a quarter of the way up the body, we come down and right off the page again. Down and off the page. The other leg, same thing, just down and off the page. And then over and off to the side. Let's add a little spot on our cow just like this. So there's our cow. We're going to add a little bit of the setting now. We're going to add some foreground. Foreground is everything that is in front. Let's add a fence in the front here. Come up, round and in, and down. Up, round, and down. One more. Up, around, and down. Over, down, over, and then continue all the way through. Back over, down again, and back. One more. Down, over, in. And across. That line here and here. And maybe a little bit of texture to let us know that that's a wood post. Just some quick little lines. That gives us all the information we need to let us know that those are wooden posts and a wooden fence. Maybe there's a couple nails. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to add some middle ground. Middle ground is everything that's in the middle, just behind the cow. There's a little hill right here. On top of that hill, there's a barn. We're going to start with a square. Doesn't have to be perfect. And the doorway, up, over, and down. And then follow that line like this, up, over, and down. And then there's sort of an X. But we have to draw it with double lines. So one line down, one line up. And this one goes right behind it, like so. Now for the roof. Come over, up, across, over, and in. Let's add some shingles on that roof. It's just the letter U, over and over. There we go. Then we're going to sort of alternate it like this. Add sort of a texture to the roof. Just like that. Now some wood timbers. Right next to the barn there might be a haystack. Not quite as tall as the barn, but it's pretty tall. There's that quick texture of the line. I want it to look like there's hay or straw. Coming down from the barn, there might be a path. That path leads down behind the cow. So there's our foreground and our middle ground. And the background is everything that's behind all of this. So we've got the sun in the sky and a few clouds rolling by. That's it. That's our farm scene featuring a cow. Sign your name. Take pride in your work. We've had a lot of fun today, but now it's time to draw to a close. See you next time.